Rev up your engines. Today I'm going to help you answer the question, should I buy a new Toyota truck or should I buy a used Toyota pickup truck? Now my son bought this Toyota Tacoma for about 25 grand, brand new, because he wanted a solid, reliable vehicle. This has the 4-cylinder engine in it, automatic transmission. He looked at the more expensive V6 with all the luxury items on them, but he didn't want to spend all that money. Well, behind me is another Toyota Tacoma, but it's the more luxurious one. As we look under the hood, it's got the bigger V6 engine, and it's got 4 doors. A soldier bought it used. Plenty of room for his friends, and all their gear under the nice turnout top that it's got. And he paid $12,000 for it. Now, as you can see, it's got a little over 110,000 miles on it, but it's a Toyota. They can run forever. And it's also just rear-wheel drive, which I advise people, if you don't need 4-wheel drive, don't pay the extra money. You get worse gas mileage, more things to break down. It still has a really good towing capacity. Being the V6 engine, this is the V6 pre-runner SR5. But in my son's base model with a 4-cylinder, he didn't have any interest in towing anything. He doesn't want to tow. He didn't even care about towing. He's using it as a work truck, as you can see by looking inside. All kinds of tools in here. Fixing houses. Now, yes, Toyotas do have high resale value on their trucks, but when you consider the price differential between the base model and the higher level, $12,000 for this used is actually a good deal. And getting it used like this, the depreciation has depreciated. Why buy a new one for 30-something and then eat the depreciation yourself? Let someone else do that. You find a nice clean truck like this, hey, don't whine over a few $1,000s here or there, believe me. Now we're gonna check it out to make sure he got a good deal. He was complaining that this maintenance required light is flashing on and off, but that's a no big deal. They're just set to come on every so many thousands of miles. All we have to do is this. There's various strategies for turning them off. What you do is, you turn the key on, and the first thing we'll set it to is trip A. So it's on trip A, then we turn the key off. Then, with our fingers on the button, we'll turn the key on. So we can see it's resetting it. When we restart the car, we don't see the maintenance flashing anymore. That reset it. Many cars are made this way, so don't freak out. Now I'm going to analyze the whole thing for him. Plug up the scan tool, we turn the key off, and we're off to the races. Turn the machine on. Here we go. We'll do a little diagnosis here. There we go. It's getting the VIN number. Kind of like a slot machine here. We'll do a health report. See what shape it's in. Scanning everything. That has codes for the engine, the airbag, and a tire pressure monitor. So let's look at the engine first. Startability malfunction, P1604. I see this all the time in people's vehicles they buy used. Sometimes they sit on lots a while, the battery's a bit weak. They get that code, it means nothing. Check the airbag code. Passenger seat airbag mode indicator. Another code that most people don't care about. Somebody might have left something sitting there without the seatbelt on. All kinds of things can trip that. They really don't mean much of anything. Code is tire pressure monitor. Cannot receive data from the transmitter main. Another problem that I see occasionally. Now, if you notice on the dash, there's no lights for tire pressure monitoring system problem, so it's another glitch that means practically nothing. So we're just going to clear all the trouble codes and let the soldier drive it around, see if any of it comes back. As you can see, it's turning them all off, and now they're all off and they're all green. So what's next? We'll look at the live data. We just go to system selection, all systems, engine, and away we go. And as you can see, including the history, there's no codes. Those codes were all codes that don't really mean much of anything. They weren't OBD2 codes where you can't get your car inspected. They're just kind of squirrely, glitchy things. So we're gonna look through everything else. Now this particular one, going a little bit lean, it's adding some fuel. You can see they're all adding tiny amounts. So the only advice I have on this is, probably watch my video, how to clean fuel injectors without removal, and have them pressure cleaned. They're probably a little bit dirty, and they're not spraying just perfectly. We're still in the A's for data. Just going through them all, see if anything is a bit odd or not. Right, all cylinders, there's no misfires at all. You already know it's not misfiring, but you can see all the 1 through 6, they're all 0. There's no misfiring at all. Have sensors stable and the right data. See, the total fuel trim for number 1 bank is almost perfect. Number 2, it's a little bit off, showing that it'd be a good idea to clean the fuel injectors on this thing. So all in all, it is an excellent truck. So now you know the truth about Toyota Tacoma pickup trucks. Want to get a plain Jane one? Go right ahead and buy a brand new one and drive it for 30 years. But if you want more luxury, think used like the Soldier did and save a lot of money, yet still have an excellent truck. And here's some bonus questions and answers. Minato says, Scotty, are Unity struts any good? I see 265 reviews, 5 stars, 260 reviews lower than 4 stars. Haha, run away. I don't even care if they have 185 stars and then they got 12 1-stars. Believe the 1-star guys. A lot of these companies, they pay people to buy a product and then give it good reviews, and then they got free stuff and they got paid for it, and then you buy some junk that somebody lied about. If there's even 5 or 6 bad reviews of something, there's a reason people put them on, and it's usually a crap product. And they'll say stuff like, never buy this product. I put it on, it broke. I tried to return it. The company wouldn't return it. Listen to those. Those are people probably telling the truth. When I read reviews and I get bad ones, I go on to the next one. I'm not going to buy them with bad reviews. Because people, when they're mad, they put bad reviews, and a lot of these companies have fake reviewers do the stuff. It'll say, proven purchase or something like that. Yeah, because they pay the people to buy the stuff. Doesn't mean it's any good. They just paid somebody to do that. If there's reviews that say horrible company, horrible product, my advice, run away. Alex Amandares says, Scotty, I'm looking to get an 18 or 19 Lexus. Would you go with a 4-cylinder turbo or V6? I would always go for the V6. Personally, I would never get a turbo engine if you want something that lasts a long time, is smooth to run, and has less maintenance. Now, the turbos, it's Lexus. They're well made. There's no arguing that. But generally, you'll get at least twice the mileage out of a conventional V6 as you will with a turbocharged 4. That turbocharged 4, maybe it'll go 150, 160,000 or more. But that V6, I've seen them go 400 and they're still going fine in Lexus. That's what you want. Long life, less maintenance, get the V6. Anthony S. said, my wife and I bought a 4-cylinder, 2-liter Ford EcoSport. Do you have any experience with them non-turbo with GDI? Yes, they're fine with a non-turbo. The GDI by itself is fine, but the GDI in a turbo creates too many problems. As long as you change your oil every 5,000-6,000 miles, because you don't want to mess up and get the GDI engine dirty and carboned up, it could last quite some time. But it was a smart move not getting a turbo, because the turbos, they have a tendency of making everything wear out faster, blow up, and theoretically, a turbo rams more air in, so on the theoretical realm, they get better gas mileage. But in reality, they get horrible gas mileage because people drive the turbo, they form all the time, they rev higher, and it doesn't matter how efficient your engine is, the higher it revs, the worse the gas mileage. Common sense. Corey Mayo says, Scotty, do I have to use OEM Toyota transmission fluid? Well, you know, you're always safe for keeping the same stuff in, but understand one thing, Toyota does not make transmission. They buy it from some company that makes it for them. So if you want, do a little research, find out who makes Toyota transmission fluid, then buy it somewhere else for a little bit less money. But you're not paying that much anyway. So the last time I did a Toyota, I went to the dealer and bought the fluid, and it cost me like $6.40 a quart. And then when I went to a discount auto parts store, heck, they were almost $7 a quart too. So it really didn't make any difference. Who wants to hassle for a few pennies here or there? Not me. I just buy it and put it in. You're saving so much money taking care of the transmission. Who cares about a few bucks? Just like people in brake pads. I don't want my brakes to squeal. Well, then buy the Akabono pads. You'll save money that way. Number 1 Steelers fan, Scotty, I'm going to buy a motorcycle. Would you recommend a Ducati or a Hayabusa? Depends what you want. Now, Ducati is a fancy racing Italian motorcycle. They are very fast. They also fall apart very fast. A Hayabusa is a screaming Suzuki, which is even faster. But it's not really a racing motorcycle. It depends what you want. And the Hayabusa can last forever if you take care of it and don't wrap it around a tree. They're completely different machines, actually. The maintenance on a Ducati is insane. A Hayabusa, it's hardly anything. If you want something to really keep forever, get the Hayabusa for sure. The Ducatis do ride rather poorly. I mean, they're not that comfortable. But they're handling machines for racing around. It's like the difference between a Lotus, let's say, a Mercedes-Benz. It's going to be a lot cushier than a Mercedes-Benz, but the Lotus is going to outhandle it driving around corners. But if you value your money, get the Hayabusa, because the Ducatis, their values plummet like mad. If you want a Ducati, buy a used one. You get them dirt cheap. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.